Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone who's here in the classroom, and for our new students as well, or probably newcomers. And for those who are consistently attending, good morning to you as well. So, for today's topic, since our audio recording has already started, today's topic is Vocabulary 2. Vocabulary 2 will be covering 4 different topics. So, first, we will be talking about the common incorrect usage of words. And then we're going to talk about different phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations. First of all, let me reiterate what is the importance of vocabulary in IELTS. Okay, so first of all, when it comes to context and reading, it is very important that you take up vocabulary 1 lecture because it focuses more on context clues, analyzing context, and different how to analyze words and different phrases depending on the context. If you want to improve your reading and your reading subtest, it's much better if you focus on vocabulary 1 lecture. Now, on vocabulary 2, the coverage of this lecture is for you to be able to improve your writing and your speaking subtest. Because in your writing and in your speaking subtest, it is necessary that you are loaded with vocabulary words, lexical resources, and so on. Okay, so why is it important to study those 4 different topics that we will cover today, which is incorrect usage, idioms, collocations, and phrasal verbs? Because in Filipino language, since we are a country that is multilingual, we were brought up with Filipino language that also has different dialects, but we are also brought up with the English language. So we can assume that Philippines is a multilingual country, meaning it's code switching and code mixing is very rampant in our language. So first of all, let's define what is code mixing. When we when we say code mixing, is you are using Filipino and English language in a sentence. When you're expressing yourself, you tend to use different English terms as well. That's why if you watch some YouTube videos, you will notice that there are many challenges such as Filipino only challenge. Like for the whole entire video, you are not allowed to speak any kind of English language, just Filipino. However, us Filipinos, even native Filipino speakers tayo, we do have the tendency to switch and to code mix. That's because we are used to Taglish, Konyo Filipino, and stuff like that. So it's already part of our culture. And since our generation is becoming even more modern, that's why we have that what you call Konyo English, wherein alam niyo yung mga uso ngayon sa Facebook and TikTok, yung friend mong Konyo, ganyan. Okay, so when we say code mixing, it is using the Filipino language and other parts of English speech. You tend to languages. And not only English, even Spanish. Sometimes we do use Spanish terms actually involuntarily. Minsan, lang that we use those Spanish words. Okay. I'm just gonna mute everyone. We do have a lot of Zoom participants, so hello to everyone there in Zoom. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, before we start talking about the most common incorrect usage of words, Let's first identify if the terms used in these sample sentences are correct. Okay, let's read the first sentence. Sandy took my ball pen without my permission. What do you think is the mistake in this sentence? Do you have any idea? It seems like there's no mistake. It seems like there's nothing wrong with it, right? However, instead of saying, Sandy took my ball pen without my permission, it's better if you say, stole my ball pen, right? So, instead of saying, Gretchen, the SD queen, had a lot of bold movies. So in Philippines, we know that the term bold is actually pertaining to pornographic images and videos. However, the real meaning of the word bold is courageous, brave, being courageous. So in this second sentence, the word bold is actually misused. Therefore, you could say Gretchen, the SD Queen, had a lot of malicious movies or pornographic movies. Okay? Now let's take a look at number 3. Sentence number 3. For a while, I will transfer your call to Mrs. Dimatulak's local number. Okay, there seems to be no issue here. It seems to be just a very normal sentence. However, as Filipinos, especially if you go to a fast food chain and you ask for your change or for your receipt, the crew would normally say for a while. Or you would ask an inquiry online and they would usually reply for a while, please, meaning give me a moment, hold on a sec. However, the reason why for a while is not supposed to be used in this sentence is because for a while actually has a vague meaning. It can either mean for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, for a couple of days, for a couple of hours, for a couple of weeks. Meaning, wala siyang definite time. So, baka ma-misinterpret ka nung kausap mo na, ay, do I have to wait for a couple of days bago mo ibigay sa akin? Before you transfer to me the call to Mrs. Dimatulak's local number? Meaning, for a while denotes non-specific time. It's a very vague meaning. Kaya naman, we should not be using it. Instead, you can say, hold on a sec, wait for a minute, or just give me a few seconds. Ganyan, all right? Everything clear? Okay. So, ano pa lang yan? It's what you call some examples of all the common mistakes that Filipinos commit when we speak English. Now let's move on to the more specific topic. As I said earlier, we will first talk about the common usage of words. Okay? First one is the word apartel. When we say apartel, we assume that apartel is an apartment, hotel. However, it's just a word coined by Filipinos. It doesn't actually exist in the dictionary. Okay? So the reason why Filipinos added an L in the word apartment, apartel, is because they wanted to sound more posh, or they wanted to sound more probably more social, ganyan, okay? However, you should pertain it to apartment hotel instead. So that's the right term. Apartel is not a word that you could use. Instead, you can say apartment hotel. Next example is baby bus. Nowadays, I haven't heard people saying baby bus anymore. Mini bus, right? So we know nowadays, we call it a mini bus, especially we have mini buses roaming around Cabanatuan City, Japan City. But before, Filipinos used to call mini buses as baby buses, but actually it doesn't make sense because buses can't be baby, right? There, you can just say minibus, mini bus. Okay, and next word is bar girl. Hi. So we're so sorry for that intermittent. Okay, ayan, balik na tayo. So, hindi na natin simulan sa umpisa, pagpatuloy na lang natin. Alright, so for the recording's sake, I just want to repeat that today's topic is going to be vocabulary 2. We will be covering 4 different topics. So we're going to talk about the common and correct usage of words, phrasal verbs, idioms, and collocations. We've already started, so let's just continue. These are the common mistakes that most Filipinos and test takers commit when they are taking the speaking and writing subtests. All right, so nandun na tayo sa bar girl. Okay, so most Filipinos would call women who work in clubs as bar girls. However, they should be called strippers instead. As we all know, when we say strippers, they're the ones who are dancing in the clubs and stripping. So yeah, from the word stripper. So instead of saying bar girl, you just say the word stripper. Okay, and this one. This is a very common word that Filipinos use, big time. And we're pertaining to people who are rich or people who have like a very successful career, a very successful business. So we call them, uy, big time ka na pala. Or usually, yung mga nakapag-abroad na. So our relatives usually say, uy, big time na yan. Where are the chocolates? Asan yung pasalubong ko, right? So usually, that word is not, it doesn't really mean na mayaman yung isang tao. So instead, you can say, someone is high profile or someone is elite. Okay? And next, we have the word biscuit. Usually, kapag may mga lamay, we say, uy, yung mga biscuit, pabigay nyo na. But actually, we should use the word cookies instead. Okay? So biscuits actually the translation in English of the word bizcocho. Okay? Okay, Skyflakes na lang para safe. Okay, so let's move on to the next list. Okay, this word blow out. We usually encounter this word when we are celebrating someone's birthday or someone's despedida or someone's pagbagong dating or bagong sweldo or usually pag na-promote, uy, mag-blow out ka naman. Okay, so that word, refrain from using it because it's not a right terminology. Instead, you should use the word host a party. Okay? So, I know it's not easy to say, uy, can you host a party for your graduation? We would celebrate naman tayo. However, syempre, sa interview, on the speaking test, you don't say, my sister had a blow. Okay? Don't say that expression. Instead, you can say, my sister celebrated her 20th anniversary with her husband, so she hosted a party at our house. Ganyan, okay? So next word on the list is ito, yung word na bold. So it doesn't mean nude, ha? Okay, so usually sasabihin natin pag kalbo na, uy, bold, di ba? Right? Or usually we pertain to kapag nagsisend kayo ng mga links. Yung mga usong, pero syempre, it's not supposed to be called bold. Bold actually means someone is brave, someone is courageous, okay, matapang, ganyan, alright? So, well, again, don't use the word bold when you're pertaining to nude, okay? Next, we have the word boundary. An amount Public transport drivers pay their operators daily. Any excess belongs to the driver as his daily wage. Sanay tayo yung mga may tricycle businesses, they would say, oh, magkano boundary? 60 lang or 80 lang per day. But actually, that is not a right term. Boundary actually means a limit or a certain, like to what extent. Okay, for example, the Great Wall of China, the Great Wall of China was made to make a boundary. Diba? Okay, to make a limit. Para hindi mag-enter yung mga kalaban nila sa China noong mga panahon na yun. Okay, next list of words. Bottomless. Okay, this we usually use it when we go to a buffet restaurant or sa mga only like only rice or mga eat all you can buffet, mga ganyan. So we use the word bottomless to pertain to the drinks. So when we look at the menu and then may nakalagay na bottomless, ibig sabihin nun only yung iced tea or only yung Coke. That's what we think it means. But actually, hindi yun tama, alright? There's no such word as only drinks or bottomless drinks in the English vocabulary. So when we say bottomless, we're just we're pertaining to refillable. Okay? You can just say, is this a refillable promo? You don't say bottomless promo. Is this a bottomless promo? No. Instead you say, is this a refillable promo for your drinks? Okay. And next we have the word cabaret nightclub. Kung iisipin niyo mabuti, the word nightclub, it's actually redundant. Kasi usually, sa gabi naman talaga nagbubukas yung mga club, right? So if you use the word night and club, it's redundancy already because usually when we say clubs, they operate from 6 p.m. to dawn, until dawn. Kaya naman, automatic na club yun. So instead, we should say the word strip club. Okay, strip club, kung saan may maraming mga nagpupuyat sa gabi. Yun na lang, sabihin na natin ganon. Or sabihin mo lang prison sa Kabanatuan. Hindi, joke lang. That's like a proper noun and you don't say that because in other countries, they probably have a different name for their clubs. Okay, sa mga may business or for those who have a professional job, you would, instead of, usually kasi you would just say, or you could just say exchange Facebook so that you can contact each other or something like that. But in the professional world, we don't do that, like exchange tayo ng Facebook or exchange tayo ng social media accounts. We would usually give our calling card, pero hindi pala calling card dapat ang tawag doon. We should call it as a business card. Yung card na binibigay nyo, it has your complete name, your number, your contact details, and the type of business that you have. Okay, and next we have the word canteen. Since elementary up to college days, canteen ang alam nating tawag sa mga areas where we eat our lunch or when we have our break time at school. We usually call it a canteen. However, ang word na canteen, it actually pertains sa, alam niyo po ba yung inuminan? Hopefully, hindi ako makapag-share ng, kasi hassle kasi pag share ko pa yung Google screen ko eh. So, it's actually like a circular shaped water bottle which has a leather na lalagyan, and usually you can, sa mga nag-horseback riding, you can put it in the pocket of your saddle, and then, yeah, you can just get your drinking bottle, and it's called a canteen. However, since modernized na, sometimes some people, they can still use the word canteen, but in order for you to have a safer answer, it's better if you just say cafeteria. Because most people in America and usually most English-speaking countries, they use the word cafeteria to pertain to the area where you can have a break, eat your lunch or snacks. Okay? Next, we have the word car park. Car park. So some Filipinos still use that term, car park. Why we should not be using the term car park is because hindi lang naman siya for cars. Some people, they park other vehicles such as pickup trucks or probably a sports car or probably a van. Kaya naman, we don't say car park. We say parking lot so that it would mean that any kind of vehicle can park at that area. Okay? So, parking lot. Next, we have cargo train. So instead of saying cargo train, we say freight train. Because cargo only pertains to things na kina-cargo. Okay? Then carnapper, car thief. So the word carnapper, inimbento yan ng mga Filipinos from the word kidnapper or holdapper. So yung mga nagnanakaw naman daw ng cars ay carnapper. Derived from the word kidnapper na nangingidnap ng mga kids for ransom or for any kind of probably hindi lang kids but even adults. Pero yun nga, instead of saying carnapper, you just it's safer to say car thief instead. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Carnapping, same context or same idea. So instead of saying it's a carnapping incident, you can just say a motor vehicle theft. Okay, next is the word shit. Hindi ko alam sa inyo if na-encounter nyo to when you were in high school or probably in elementary. However, sa school na pinasukan namin ng high school, we do have a chit system. Sa canteen kasi, so you give your money in a certain station. So may station doon. And then, para siyang yung mga arcade, yung token. Di ba? Para iisa lang yung area kung saan nila matatanggap yung cash. So in the chit system, they actually give you like a fake type of coin in exchange of your real money. Then you can use that to buy food from the cafeteria. So sa school namin nung high school, ganun yung ginamit namin, chit system. So have you ever encountered that? Chit system? So, ewan ko if you attended some conferences or mga youth camp or mga church camp. So, usually, bibigay nila sa inyo food stuff. So, you pay everything sa registration. So, you pay for the accommodation, for the food. So, it gives you an entitlement to receive a food stamp. Kaya naman, parang siyang chit system. Okay? So, instead of paying money, you just use that chit to buy or purchase anything from that specific place. So instead of saying chit, you can just say, can I get my restaurant bill or card? Close the light. Ito napaka-common. Close the lights, close the TV, close the computer. First of all, we don't open them. Okay, so joke lang. All right, so the right term is turn off or turn on. Kapag on, turn off. Okay, turn off the lights, turn off the TV, turn off the computer. Because closing, it just pertains to things that are open, like literally open. Okay, combo. So, isa din to sa misusage ng mga Pinoys because alam natin pag may mga lamay or may mga nakaburol, we say that, oh, may combo mamayang gabi, attend kayo, ganyan. So, usually, hindi pala talaga combo ang tawag doon. We call it a musical band. So, saan pa galing yung word na combo? Hindi ko rin alam. Hindi, joke lang. It's a combination of musicians. Like, there's a vocalist, there's a drummer, there's a guitarist. So, kaya ang mga Pinoy, very creative, no? Tinawag na lang nilang combo para nga naman mabilis i-pronounce and nakasanayan na rin natin. Pero actually, mali pala yun. Okay. So, gamitin nyo na lang siya sa speaking test. Okay? Huwag naman kayong bida-bida sa family niya. Uy, hindi ko mo tawag dyan, musical band. Baka mamaya, mabisit pa sa inyo yung family niyo. But anyway, yeah. Kung kaya nyong i-correct yung usage, then yeah, musical band. Comfort room, CR. Di ba? Actually, nagkamali ako sa isang student. Sabi ko sa kanya, can you hang on for a sec? I just need to go to the comfort room. Sabi ko gano'n. Sabi niya, what? What's a comfort room? Doon pala, na-realize ko, Filipino term pala siya, yung CR. Sabi ko, what I meant is, I'm gonna go to the toilet for a sec. Sabi niya, so akala niya tuloy, comfort room is a new word for toilet, pero hindi pala. So, honest mistake. Mali rin ako dun sa comfort room na yun. And then, cotton buds. Actually, brand ito. Brand to ng panglinis ng tenga. But actually, it's called a cotton swab. Usually, alam natin during the pandemic, na swab test pa lahat dito. Yung tinutusok yung ilong, yung nostrils nyo to get a sample. So yeah, that's what you call swab test. Kaya pala siya tinawag swab test kasi there's a cotton swab that will actually get the thing. Alright, so yun. Hindi pala siya cotton buds. Brand pala ang cotton buds. Coupon band. Ito, nung elementary, di ba? Or may coupon band ba kayo? Or do you have an extra coupon band? So, hindi wala siya coupon band. Instead, you should say bond paper. Okay? Cutex. Cutix pala, sorry. Cutix. So, most girls, alam nyo, uy, may cutix ka ba? Do you have a new shade or a new color of cutix? So, Jade, naranasan mo ba yun? Like, uy, may red cutix ka ba? Kasi bagay ko sa dress ko, ganyan. So, anyway, hindi pala dapat cutix yon. Kasi actually, cutix is a brand din. So, it's supposed to be nail polish. Well, social na ngayon yung generation natin, hindi na nail polish, nail extensions na. Oh, panis. Nail extensions. And I would recommend gel polish instead of nail polish because mas matagal siya sa nail. And hindi siya nasisira kahit maghugas ka ng pinggan. So it takes a longer time to, you pay a little bit more for the gel polish and the nail extensions, but then mas sulit siya kasi mas matagal siya. Right? So, hindi yun kasali sa mga list of names, pero nire-recommend ko lang sa mga girls dito. in case you're interested. Okay. So, usually, ang mga Pinoy, mahilig tayo mag-save ng space, lalo na if you live in a home with an extended family, usually marami kayo sa bahay, kasama yung asawa ng family ng kapatid mo, family ng ate mo, ganyan. But that's why we make use of the double bed para makasave ng space, di ba? So, hindi pala double deck tawag doon. All this time, akala ko rin double deck. However, it's supposed to be called a double bed. Okay. Ang malas ng nasa baba ng double bed kasi usually nahuhulog yung nasa taas. I don't know. Probably. So anyway, drive-in motels. So when we say drive-in motels, ito yung akala ng mga, yeah, probably you guys know what it is, okay? I don't need to further explain. Drive-in or outdoor movie theaters. So, sa US kasi, napapalapit sa mga movies, they have like an outdoor setup with a movie theater, yung merong projector na laki. And then, pwede kang naka-car, tapos nanonood kayo ng movie, ganyan. Ba't ka natawa? Natawa din ako doon kasi parang, I mean, it is more private kasi. Lalo na if you go there with your friend, your girlfriend or boyfriend, mas private yung car kaysa yung naka-expose kang ganun, di ba? So yeah, yun pala yung tawag doon, drive-in or yung mga movie theaters na outdoor. Okay? Drive-in. Teka lang. Drive-thru pala yun. Iba pala yung drive-thru. Sorry, guys. Pagkain kasi nasa isip. Drink your medicine. Bakit ba maling sabihin na drink your medicine? Why do you think so? Any people from Zoom who have like an idea bakit maling tawagin, bakit mali yung expression na drink your medicine? Walang nagvo-volunteer. Sige, magtatawag tayo. Okay, so we have Angela. Hi, Angela. Why do you think drink your medicine is a wrong term? Pwedeng type lang yung sagot if you have your answer. Okay. Well, practically, not all kinds of medicines are syrup. May tablets, may capsules, meron din namang, ano yun yung dinanang syringe? Hindi yung, huh? Yung drip lang. Yun. Okay. Alam niyo yun, guys, mga medical students here. So, kaya naman, we don't say drink your medicine. Instead, we say take your medicine because, yun nga, hindi naman lahat ng medicine na iniinom siya. Okay, and next we have the word duster. So, ang duster, yun yung mga maluluwang na dresses na sinusuot ng mga matatanda. Sorry. I mean, yung mga buntis at saka yung mga, let's say, medyo may edad na, okay? Ampule. May sumagot, ampule. Okay. Sige. Thank you po. And then we have the word duster nga. So, we usually say, for women who nakakapanganak lang, they would wear a more comfortable outfit. However, hindi pala tawag doon duster. Ang tawag pala doon is linen coats, or dirty trails. Okay? So, these days, women don't usually wear dusters anymore or linen coats because hindi na siya masyadong in. Okay, let's move on to the word entertain. So, usually, when you are working in a customer service job or related work, how can I entertain you? Or entertainin mo naman yung mga guests mo. So usually, you don't say entertain because entertain is for entertainers, like singers and dancers. And instead, you can just say the word assist. How can I assist you? How can I assist you? Tama. Yeah. I was thinking kasi I do have a customer service business. Tapos naisip ko bigla, ano nga ba yung word na ginagamit ko? How may we help you? O yun, how may we help you or how may we assist you? Pwede rin yun, okay? Buti na lang never ko ginamit yung how can I entertain you. Baka ibang klaseng entertainment yung hingin, ano? Baka bigla akong pakantahin. Okay, eat all you can. Or yung iba tawag doon, all you can eat. Eat all you can. Oh, tara dun sa eat all you can. Mapapamura tayo dun. Or stuff like that. So actually, we are not supposed to use that term. Instead, we should use the word buffet. And buffet restaurants pertain to only servings. You can go back and get more food. Fill up. So, bakit ba maling gamitin yung word na fill up? Okay, so we use the word fill up when we're pertaining to tanks. Like, let's fill up the gas tank and stuff like that. But when we're talking about forms, kapag magsasagot po kayo ng mga form, ng mga application form, or sa hospital, hindi pala dapat fill up. The right term is fill out. Meaning, sasagutan mo lahat, all the necessary things that you need to answer in the form. Okay. For a while. Natatawa kasi I was kind of arguing with Sir Kevin with the term for a while. Kasi sabi, in the old usage, for a while is pertaining to longer hours. Pero nung I dug deeper into it, ang ibig pala sabihin ng for a while, there's no definite time. Pero, ang pagkakagamit ng Filipinos sa for a while is when we're pertaining to things na, for example, ang gustong sabihin ng mga Filipinos, teka lang saglit. Kaya sinasabi nila, for a while, please. However, vague pala yung meaning ng for a while. It can pertain to minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. Okay? In-explain ko yan kanina, hindi ko na uulit-ulitin. Alright, so instead of saying for a while, just say, please wait, or hold on a sec, hold on a minute. Sa mga bata, huwag niyong gagamitin yung hold on a sec or wait for a sec. Kasi, pinipiloso ko ako ng mga students ko. Okay, sabi lang, 1. Tapos sabi lang, oh, your time is up. So, sa mga bata, huwag niyong gagamitin yung hold on a sec or for a sec. Kasi, pipilosofohin kayo niyan. So, instead, you can say, hold on a few minutes or wait for a few minutes. Yan. Next is go ahead. I'll go ahead. Literal translation of Tagalog, mauna na ako. Okay, so we usually use the term go ahead, mauna na ako, I'll go ahead. Pero ang ibig pala sabihin ng go ahead, parang, I'll go before you now. Okay, so meaning, mas mauna akong umalis. Okay? Para sa akin, ang ibig sabihin, well, of all this time, ang ibig sabihin ng go ahead for me is, okay na, you can leave. Alright? So that's actually what it means for me. Hindi yung mauna na ako. Alright? Walang gustong mauna. Hand carry. Carry on luggage. So, very typical to na ginagamit ng mga OFWs. Okay, so sure ka ba na i-hand carry mo na lang? Lalo na if may dala kang bagoong papuntang abroad. Kasi usually ganun yung mga OFWs, di ba? Like, magbabaon ako ng bagoong, but make sure it's hand carried. Sabi nila kasi nga, there's a possibility that it spills in your luggage and then all your clothes will smell like bagoong. So make sure don't put the bagoong in the carry-on luggage. So yun yung tamang term, carry-on luggage. Meaning, you're gonna bring it with you in the plane seat. Okay. How does she look? So instead of saying how, it's better to use the term, what does she look like? What does she look like? So then, yung kausap mo will start describing what the person look like. Okay? I want to request for approval of my application for leave. Okay, we can identify a lot of redundancies in this sentence. I want to request for approval of my application for leave. So, yung word na I want to, tsaka request. Di ba? Redundant siya. So instead, you can directly say, I am requesting. I am requesting for approval of my application for leave. Kasi yung I want to tsaka request, same lang yun. Jingle. Natawa naman ako sa jingle. Okay, so usually you would say this when you wanna, halimbawa mahaba yung biyahe, ganyan, jingle lang ako, ganyan. So instead, to urinate. You just say to urinate. Parang napaka-formal pakinggan, but yeah. Or probably you could just say, I'll just use the toilet. Or sa mga kids naman, when I talk to them, they say the term, I'll just go to the toilet and do number 1. Pag number 1, ibig sabihin nun, pee. Pag number 2, ibig sabihin nun, yon. Okay. But yeah, the formal term or the correct usage is to urinate. Next is live in. So most Filipinos pertain to live-in partners or yung mga ka-live-in nila as live-in. Or yung mga, alam mo yun, yung hindi pa kayo married, but you're testing the waters to check if okay ba, compatible ba kayo, ganyan. But of course, not all religions are supportive of this system or setup. So, hindi pala dapat live-in ang tawag. Ang tawag pala dapat common law partner. Common law partner. So, if you're talking to a co-Filipino worker or a co-worker na Filipino or probably your friends, it's easier to just say live in. Pero of course, when you are in the test, you don't use that term because they would probably not understand you. So if you use the term common law partner, they would automatically understand that you are an unmarried couple who live in the same house. Masterals. Ito. After the bachelor degree, after you achieve your bachelor's degree, the next step is taking up master's degree and doctorate degree. Okay? Very saludo ako sa lahat ng mga nagma-masters at nagdo-doctorate. Kasi parang, di ba? Lahat tayo parang gusto na natin tapusin yung pag-aaral, but they keep going and they keep achieving their dreams. So, hindi pala masteral. Ang tawag pala doon, master's degree. Because you don't also say doctoral. Instead, you say doctorate. Master's and doctorate degree. Metro aid. Street sweeper. Okay, we don't say metro aid, we say street sweeper. Mineral water, bottled water. Motorcycle. Okay. Motor. So usually Filipinos say motor. Okay, but instead, buuin nyo na po yung word. Motor is actually a shortcut for motorcycle, but then it's much better if you say the whole word motorcycle. Okay, ang dami nitong common mistakes na to. Gusto ko nang skip yung iba eh. Why? Because these will be included in your handout. Pero, kasi gusto ko nang pag-usapan yung phrasal verbs, yung idioms, at saka yung collocations. Dahil marami din yan. Pero kasi in-explain lahat ni Kevin, competitive tayo, so explain na din natin lahat. Okay, napkin. Sanitary napkin or tissue paper. Tissue paper. So, sa Philippines, we call it napkin. At tawag din natin sa mga, like for women, during the menstruation, we use the term napkin, but actually it's menstrual what? Pad. Menstrual pad. Or, yeah, something like that. So, hindi napkin ha. Hindi ba naman modest or whisper, ganyan. Okay, no parking on both sides. Okay. So instead of saying no parking on both sides, you say no parking lang, or no parking on either side. Okay? Hindi naman kasi pwedeng mag-park yung iisang sasakyan sa dalawang side. Iisang sasakyan lang siya eh, right? So that's why you use the term either. Ibig sabihin, you can't park on the right side, you can't park on the left side. Open the light. Ito yung kanina. Diba? Close the light, close the TV, close the computer. So, when we pertain to turn on, we don't say open. We say turn on the light, TV, computer. Overpass. Yung overpass, yan yung dinadaanan ng mga estudyante so that they can be safe. But then, we should use the term pedestrian overpass. It means a bridge or road crossing over another road for safety purposes. Please pass by for a few minutes. Won't you pass by? Okay, so akala natin, pass by is dumaan ka muna dito, I'll give you something. However, the right expression is please drop by. Okay? Drop by our house for a few minutes. Let's have some coffee. Kaya yung friend mo, uy, mapupunta ako dyan. I'll be in Japan City this afternoon, hey, why don't you drop by our house? Let's have some coffee. Okay, drop by, hindi pass by. Okay, pass by is like dadaan ka lang. Drop by is mag-i-stay ka. Okay, magkakape kayo. Not necessarily coffee, but something. Pwedeng maritesan. Na joke lang. Okay, next, pack up. Okay, sa church, kapag usually kasi sa church namin, yung mga equipment, like yung mga speaker, yung mga Bluetooth speakers and microphones and projectors, sinaset up siya dun sa mall. And then, pack up now when everything is done. But then, wrap up is the right term when referring to movie sets presentations. Okay, wrap it up, meaning it's time to finish. Pentel pen. Instead of saying pentel pen, a marker. Ball pen, ballpoint pen, or just say pen. Okay? Photoshop, digitally edited image. Photoshop is the name of the app. Okay? Photoshop, name yan ng app. Kaya hindi natin sinasabing, uy, pa-Photoshop mo naman, or it's a Photoshop photo. So instead, it's a digitally edited image. Or you can just say it's an edited image. Pictorial. Ito, madalas to ginagamit ng mga like photographers or yung mga malapit na yung mga ano nila, like yung occasions, like weddings or something like that. So instead, you say photo shoot. Polo. Dress, shirt, or shirt. You can just say shirt. Polo kasi, ang alam ko, brand din to ng shirt. Okay? And then PowerPoint. PowerPoint presentation is Microsoft PowerPoint. Name din siya ng app. That's why instead you say, it's a slideshow presentation. Maari din kasing yung presentation ko, it was not made by PowerPoint, by Microsoft. It can be made by Google. Kasi meron ding presentations on Google, ang Canva, meron din. So instead of saying PowerPoint, you can just say slideshow presentation. That pertains to the general name of a presentation that was digitally made. Presidential candidate. So, mali pala yung term na presidential when we're pertaining to the candidates of those who are running for presidency. So instead, we just say presidential candidate. Railway. So hindi pala siya railway, railroad pala siya. But these days, we don't really... Sa Manila yata, nag-ooperate pa yung train eh. Pero yun, LRTs and MRTs. Pero sa Santa Mesa, if you've been there, I don't know if you've been there, but meron pang nag-ooperate na lumang train. So, I tried it once or twice. Okay naman siya, pero very, very luma na yung vehicle. Kaya hindi ko recommended. At saka, pero okay siya because it's very affordable. Okay. Revival version of a song. Cover version of a song. So, alam naman na natin, usually yung modern English, alam nyo na, di ba? Like, cover. Cover ng kanta na to. In YouTube, you can see cover of the song. Meaning, hindi siya yung original composer, hindi siya yung original singer ng song, kinover niya lang. Okay? Pero dati, like in the 1990s, we would usually use the term revival. Or, uy, na-revive ko ni Regine. Ganyan. Or ni Jaya. But these days, we all know that cover of a song or cover version of a song is the most commonly used term. Retouch. Touch it up. Like, if you're going to attend a wedding or if you are the bride, usually the makeup artist would stay there for retouch. So, actually, we should use the term touch up. Medyo weak daw yung connection. Kaya ka ba pumasok kasi weak yung connection? Medyo weak ba? Pero maraming participants. Okay, rubber shoes. What kind of rubber shoes? Sneakers, athlete shoes, gym shoes. Okay, be particular what kind of rubber shoes you're pertaining to kasi may iba't ibang klaseng rubber shoes. Salvage. Ito, matatalino naman na yung mga Filipinos these days. Alam nyo naman na pag sinabing salvage, it doesn't mean i-execute yung tao or patayin. It actually means kind of like the opposite of it. It says here, it's a compensation paid for saving a ship or its cargo or to rescue or save. Okay? So instead of saying na sinalvage kasi siya dahil kinala ayoko na. Oh my gosh. Unang record, tawa talaga. Asa na yung mga nasa Zoom? O, naubos na sila. 6 na lang. Okay, so now we will move on to phrasal verbs. Okay. So, pag sinabi natin phrasal verbs, ito yung mga expressions na maraming words in a phrase. Okay? So, usually, ang combination na to ay verbs and a phrase like another part of speech. Pero, ang pinaka mas may encounter nyo ay yung phrasal verbs na may prepositions. Alright? So, pag pinag-combine ang mga verbs and prepositions, nagbabago ang whole meaning niya. Okay? So the whole meaning changes when a verb and a preposition is combined in a phrase. The word bring, kapag solo lang siya, ang ibig sabihin nun, dalhin. Okay? Dinala or dala. Okay? However, when you combine it with a preposition, for example, I was brought up in an adventurous home. So pag sinabi natin brought up, hindi na dinala ang ibig sabihin nito. Hindi na siya solo meaning. Dinala pataas, okay? That's not what it means. Brought up here means pinalaki, raised, okay? I was raised in an adventurous home. Some people are brought up in a conservative home. However, in this example, I was brought up in an adventurous home, meaning raised, pinalaki. Second example, this seminar brought out my adventurous streak. So, ang ibig sabihin ng phrasal verb na brought out is elicit, in-evoke, okay, in-inspire. The seminar inspired my adventurous streak. So, brought, imbis na solo meaning siya, when you combine it with a preposition, it changes the whole meaning of the verb. Okay? Number 3 example. A string of bizarre domestic events brought about my adventurous streak. So, dito naman, since ang ginamit na preposition is about, the meaning is caused. A string of bizarre domestic events caused my adventurous streak. Okay? So we will be encountering a list of most commonly used phrasal verbs. Okay. Let's start with the types. So, bago ko ipakita yung list ng phrasal verbs, let's talk about the types of phrasal verbs. So we have 4. We have the separable, inseparable, intransitive, and 3-word phrasal verb. Those are the 4 types of phrasal verbs. Let's talk about the separable phrasal verb first. So when we say separable, from the root word separate and from the suffix able, in Tagalog, pwede siyang i-separate. Separable. Okay? Meaning, let's The object can separate the verb from the preposition. Example number 1, I turned off the light. Pwede rin namang, I turned the light off. Pinag-separate sila. And it's okay. It still has the same meaning. It still encompasses the same meaning. You have to do this paint job over. Pwede rin naman, you have to do over this paint job. Pwedeng i-separate, pwedeng magkadikit. Alright? Now, let's talk about the inseparable phrasal verbs. Since meron na siyang prefix na in, which denotes a negative meaning, incorrect, inadequate, impossible. So yung in, it denotes negativity, such as not. Kaya naman dito, not separable. So these phrasal verbs must always be together. Bawal paghiwalayin. Alright? The situation called for a series of urgent solutions. So called for is a phrasal verb that you cannot separate. Carlos ran into his English professor in the hallway. Ran into, meaning nakasalubong, unexpectedly. I got over the flu, but I don't know if I'll ever get over my broken heart. Grabe naman. Ang senti bigla. Alright. I got over. To get over from something means gumaling ka na. Alright? I got over the flu. I got the flu over, hindi pwede. Inseparable nga, di ba? So you should always make sure that they are put together. And third type of phrasal verb, we have the intransitive phrasal verb, which means it cannot be followed by a direct object. Pero wait lang. What does direct object mean? In parts of speech, we have subject, verb, direct object. Meaning, it's the receiver of the action. The subject is the doer of the action. The object is the receiver of the action. But in phrasal verbs, in the intransitive type of phrasal verb, wala nang direct object. Wala nang receiver ng action. Okay? He suddenly showed up. Yun na yun. Bigla na lang siyang nagpakita. The children promised to come over, but they never do. But they never do, hindi naman yan direct object. Continuation lang yan. Okay? Contrasting statement lang yan. Pero, the children promised to come over. Yun na yun. Wala namang receiver ng action. Diba? Just the children promised to come over. Na bibisita ang mga bata. Okay? Nag-promise sila na bibisita sila, pero never silang bumisita. Because promises are meant to be broken. Just kidding. Okay, when we visited Paris, we loved eating out in the sidewalk cafes. Eating out? Wala namang receiver ng action. Ang receiver ng action ganito. Wait lang. Isip muna ako ng example. John unboxed the package. So, si John, in-unbox niya. John is the subject, unbox is the verb, the package is the receiver of the action, which is unbox. Ano yung in-unbox? Yung package. Pero dito sa mga examples na to, you can tell that it's an intransitive phrasal verb because it doesn't have any direct object. Walang nagre-receive ng action. Is it clear? And lastly, the last type of phrasal verb is the three-word phrasal verb. So, very easy to understand. Nasa word na siya, 3-word, meaning tatlo yung words na kasama dun sa phrasal verbs. Unlike sa mga unang example that I showed you, dalawa lang, 2 pair of words, but this time, it's 3. We have the verb and prepositions. The boys promise to check up on the conditions of the summer house from time to time. Check up on. After years of giving nothing, the old parishioner was able to come up with $1,000 donation. Come up with, get along with, get rid of, look forward to. Familiar po ba kayo sa lahat ng expressions ito? Come up with, was able to produce. Get along with, nakasundo. Get rid of, tinapon. The citizens tried to get rid of the corrupt mayor in the recent election. Hindi naman literal na tinapon binasura, okay? Or tinanggal sa pwesto, get rid of, okay? Basta ang ibig sabihin ng get rid of, tinanggal. I always look forward to. This also is inseparable. Kasi, you always put them together. I always look forward to. What is something that you always look forward to? Salary. Salary or vacation. Ako really, I just want to, I'm looking forward to a 1 week rest. Parang yun talaga gusto ko. But these days, it's kind of impossible. I always look forward to a day of not doing anything, probably. It's so ironic, right? Because when we were young, our parents would always ask us, go to sleep, matulog ka ng tanghali, or just stay home. Pero, we would always want to go out and play and exhaust our energy. But now that we're adults, we're just looking forward to genuine rest. Talagang matutulog ka lang and most probably just relax at home. Stay home, yun. Because the moment you leave the house, goodbye 1,000. Diba? Legit. Real talk. Okay. So, ano ba ang technique in order for you to master the phrasal verbs? None other than reading, memorization, intentional effort. Okay? There are no hard and fast rules in using phrasal verbs. The key is to memorize and read to know the context in which these can be used. So, pagdating sa phrasal verbs, kailangan nyo po talagang kabisaduhin. But the thing is, it also requires familiarization on how to use. So the more you use the English language, the more familiar you will become in using phrasal verbs. Kaya ako nasanay sa mga phrasal verbs because tinuturo ko sa mga students. So, if you have a young kid at your house, then probably you could spend some time with them and teach them these grammatical topics. Okay. Ito na. I will try not to isa-isahin lahat ng phrasal verbs na nasa list. Not because I don't want to, it's because it is included in your handouts. And I know you guys are very smart. We all have smartphones nowadays. You can just Google. You can just look it up in the dictionary or in Google or whatever search engine you're using. And you will find a lot of examples, a lot of meanings and example sentences. Kaya naman, I will not discuss all of these because I still want to cover the next topic, which is idioms and collocations. But let's see kung saan po aabot ang ating time. Around 12 p.m. Okay? Okay, ask out. Have you ever encountered this expression? Ask out? Well, ask out means ask someone for a date. Okay? So have you ever asked someone out? So nowadays, we live in a generation wherein hindi lang lalaki ang nag-ask out. Sometimes, even women, they ask out men to go on a date. At, since Philippines is now more on Western culture, na-adapt na rin natin ang Western culture, and I believe that it's okay. If you feel like you're confident confident to ask somebody out, then why not? Although dahil sa conservative culture natin, not everyone is adapted to this kind of culture. But in Korea, nagpe-first move ang mga babae. And you know what? Nakakatawa kasi yung Feb 14 nila, di ba Valentine's Day yon? Yung Feb 14 sa Korea, babae ang magbibigay ng chocolate sa men, sa boys na crush nila or bet nila. And then, meron pa silang isa pang Valentine's date, which is March 14. After a month, if that guy returns something like a gift or a chocolate to the girl who gave him, that means he likes her back. So, it's okay if you're a girl and you ask out a boy. Ano na tayo? Gender equality na tayo ngayon. 2024 na, guys. Catch up! Catch up means maritesan. The joke lang. It actually means seeing each other after a long time and then mag-updatean kayo. Update each other's lives. Alright? Reach the same position or level as someone. Or it can also mean like, since I've missed the previous lectures, I can't catch up with the lectures this week. Okay? I need to catch up. I need to go to the same level with my classmates. Okay? Clean up, make clean and orderly, come across, find by chance. I came across my old classmate at church this last weekend. Cross out, draw a line through. Alam niyo yan, you cross out. So you just literally cross out with a line. Cut out. Have you ever heard this expression? When you're annoyed by someone, you can already tell them, hey, cut it out. Cut out the crap. Cut the crap out. Ganyan. Or cut out. Cut it out. Ibig sabihin, igilan mo na. Hindi ka na nakakatuwa. Ganyan, okay? So, cut out. Next, we have do over or repeat. I'm going to ask you to do over your term paper. Do your term paper over because it's so obvious that you just copy pasted it from Google. Most students do that, right? But teachers and professors would easily identify whether it was copy pasted or not. So, gawin mo na ng maayos kasi ipapaulit lang din naman sa'yo if ever. Naranasan ko kasi yan, kinapi-paste ko din talaga yung term paper ko nung college. Tapos kinausap ako ng teacher ko. Medyo napahiya ako doon. Pero hindi ako napahiya kasi sabi niya sa akin, sabi ko siya in person. Like, pag-email ako sa kanya and then I should just admit my mistake. And I really like that turning point in my life because actually, nung time na kinapi-paste ko lang yun, busy kasi ako, ang dami kong ginagawa, and then I thought that I just want to get away with it and just get over it. Alam yun, para matapos na yung term paper. Pero yung professor ko, he was really nice and he said, it's okay. Just, if it's an honest mistake, just own up to it. Pag sinabing own up to it, it means, aminin mo that you made a mistake. There's always something, like a better result sa pag-amin kesa sa cover it up with another lie. So, from that moment, I realized, oo nga, I have to learn a lesson from this situation. Na parang, hindi pala tama na you copy-paste other people's work because it's plagiarism. And makakasuhan tayo sa plagiarism. And also, nag-release na din kasi ako ng sarili kong content. Like, I have a Facebook page with 13K followers. So, hindi siya personal Facebook page, hindi yung beauty channel siya. It's a business page. So, I've already earned 13K followers na sobrang pinaghirapan ko yun. And like, yung mga content na nire-release ko, as much as possible, original content. Ngayon, alam ko yung feeling na kapag ninakaw yung content mo eh. So, ngayon, I realized, oo nga, it's not good pala na pinaka-copy-paste mo lang yung mga gawa ng ibang tao. So from then on, I realized a very important lesson. Yung copyright, originality, plagiarism. So yung mga yan, it may seem like you can get away with it, but actually you know to yourself that it can be very, it's a feeling of guilt that you can't overcome. Okay, please figure out a way to solve your problem. Figure out, solve something. Find the answer by logic. Fill out, complete a form. Discuss natin yan kanina. Find out, ito yung kung saan magaling ang mga babae. To find out things. Okay, to investigate. Discover information. Get in, get into. Enter a car, arrive. Hey, get in. Get off naman. Leave any vehicle. Get on, enter any vehicle. So pwede rin get in, enter a car, or get into, or arrive at a place. Okay? Get on, enter any vehicle, get over, recover from an illness. I got over my anemia. I got over my anemia because 2 bags of blood were transfused in my body. Okay, I got over. Get through, finish. Are you through? So usually, if you hear someone ask you, "Hey, are you through with the project?" I haven't gotten through it because I was so busy lately. Okay? Give back. Return something to someone. Give it back. Or pwede rin namang give back is tumanaw ng utang ng loob, so you just give back to your community. Meaning, if you won a title, like nanalo ka sa pagkakapitan, a way of giving back is probably outreach program. An outreach program could help, or could, a way for you to give back to the community. Okay? A way for you to give back to the people who helped you when you had nothing. Okay. Give up? No need to explain. Pero this is something that you shouldn't do in IELTS, okay? Although, maraming nagsasabi, ang hirap ng IELTS. Parang hindi ko kayang ipasa, but don't give up, okay? You've already paid. You've already started, so just finish it. Go over, review or check. I need you to go over these files for me, just to check if there are any discrepancies. Okay? Go over, review or check. Hand in, submit an assignment. So hand in, submit. Your teachers, your professors would always ask you to hand in a certain project or paper in a specific deadline. Kaya naman, make sure you hand in on time, or else there will be deductions. Keep out. Don't enter. Mababasa niyo tong signage na to, yung keep out. Kasi let's say there are dogs. Diba? Keep out, stay away, don't enter. Hala, naalala ko tuloy yung nag-viral na dog. Did you guys watch that? Yung kay Kilua? So, hindi ko kasi maintindihan because the Anthony guy, he was reiterating the fact that pinotektahan lang daw niya yung anak niya. But he can't show any proof na yun yung scenario. Kasi ang nakikita lang sa CCTV, pinagtataga ba niya yung aso? Right? He used a taga ba? Basta he used a sharp item para patayin yung aso. But the thing is, ang alam ko kasi sa mga, ano tawag sa aso niya? Golden Retrievers, hindi sila aggressive. Di ba? They're not aggressive dogs. But the thing is, may mali din yung owner. Kasi nakawala eh. Pero, the thing is, hindi niya dapat pinatay. Let's say, pinatak yung anak niya. Wala naman nangyari sa anak. Hindi naman nakagat. Bakit?
Siguro, malaro po kasi mga daughter neighbor. Like,
Ah.
tatalanin ka nila.
Mhm.
Bata po, like, yung mga dogs po ako mahilig po sa mga baby, sa mga bata.
Aha.
Kaya po siguro, akala na, inaaway ko.
Pero the thing, para sa akin, gets ko naman as a parent because I asked other perspectives. Like, what would you do if your son or daughter was attacked by a dog? Malamang, kakausapin mo yung owner ng dog, but you wouldn't end up killing the dog, right?
Kung hindi na po pinatay, pwede niya po kasuhan yung may-ari. Kasi
Yeah.
bawal po yun.
Kasi nakawala, right? Yun na nga. Pero sobrang na-reach out na nung post na yon yung mga celebrities. So ngayon, sobrang ano na, like, si Kilua na yung pinapanigan ng lahat about that case. But anyway, just keep out when there are dogs around. Pero gawawa naman, no. Actually, naiyak ako dun, even though I'm not a pet lover. Hindi mo pinanood.
Meron po kami talaga.
Marami din kayong golden retrievers. Anyways, let's move on. Keep up. Stay at the same level or position. Keep up. Hey, keep up! Parang ano yan, like, sino dito yung mga nag-gym? Or may umattend na ng Muay Thai lessons or any kind of activities, physical activities. Sometimes your coach would tell you keep up, especially me because I can't keep up. Ang hirap kaya. But anyway, makeup. Makeup. Okay, so let's say your teacher or your professor was absent for a few days. So ngayon, your teacher or professor would need to schedule makeup classes for you. Okay? Kasi nga, hindi siya naka-attend. So, in order to compensate, you will schedule makeup classes. Hey, I need to make up for it. Or let's say, pwede rin namang hindi work. Pwede rin namang a certain task, okay? Let me make up for it. Meaning, okay, you were the one who cleaned the whole garden. So in order for me to make up for it, I will clean the whole kitchen. Okay? So, kasi I believe that in a home, you have to have equal roles and equal tasks. Okay? Name after. Give a baby the name of someone else. Pick out, select. Name after. Mahilig ang mga Pinoy sa mga name afters. Like, after my great-granddad, after my great-grandmother. Point out, call someone's attention to, or point out an issue. Put away, remove to an appropriate place, shut off, stop a machine or equipment. Take after means resemble. So who does your kid take after? I think he takes after my wife because they have a stronger resemblance, meaning mas magkamukha sila. Okay? Pwede rin namang when you take after, it can also be the skills. For example, my son takes after my husband because they are both good at basketball, or they are both athletic. Take over. Let me take over that task because I feel like you need to rest. Ako na muna, okay? Take over. Or, I would usually use this term, for example, since my father was diagnosed with an illness, my eldest brother took over the company. Okay? So, siya na ang may control. Take up. Begin a new activity. I will be taking up language and linguistics this coming year. I will be taking up these courses. I will be taking up this major. tear down or demolish. The plaza was teared down. And it was replaced by a new condominium. Tear, tear up. Tear into many little pieces. Hindi ito yung tear up ba na tears na luha. Tear up means napunit. Think over. Are you sure with that decision? Wouldn't it be better if you think over it tonight? Kasi minsan when our emotions are at its peak, we make decisions that we regret afterward. So it's much better if you think over or consider a few factors before you arrive with a final decision. Okay, finally, idioms. Sanay ba kayong makarinig ng idioms? Are you used to it? Because actually, I thought that idioms were just used for creative purposes. But I had an encounter with some local or Native Americans. Nandito ba kayo nung lecture na kinikwento ko yung mga Mormons? Anyway, I had friends from Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. That's what you call their church. Yun yung pangalan ng church nila, pero mas kilala sila as Mormons. So, nagkaroon ako ng mga friends na Mormons from America. Grabe, they would use idioms in every single sentence. Akala ko talaga, like, idioms were just, like, typical phrases or typical something that you don't really use. But the thing is, idioms are highly used by Native Americans. Will it be helpful in your speaking and in your writing subtest? Well, if you feel comfortable and if you feel that you are kaya mong panindigan yung paggamit ng idioms, then okay, you can use. Okay? But if not, I wouldn't suggest for you to take the risk. Instead of using idioms, it's better to use phrasal verbs or collocations. Because collocations and phrasal verbs are most commonly used in the speaking and writing. So, idioms, hindi siya yung literal na meaning, okay? These are words and phrases that you will not take literally, but instead, you should take it figuratively. What does it mean, figuratively? So, simple lang yan, guys. When we say figurative, means hindi siya yung basic meaning. Alright? It's not pertaining to the basic or literal meaning, pero more on creative and imaginative meaning. So, idioms are a combination of different words that gives a different new meaning. Okay, let's have this first example. Wow, it's raining cats and dogs today. I wish I brought my umbrella to school. We have context clues. Tinuruan namin kayo sa Vocabulary 1 na lecture kung paano gumamit ng context clues. So ngayon, ano ang tamang sagot? Participants in Zoom, kindly send your answers as well. Example number 1. It's raining cats and dogs today. I wish I brought my umbrella to school. Is it A, I forgot my umbrella today? B, it's raining heavily. Or C, cats and dogs are falling from the sky. O yan, sinabi ko na kanina. It does not mean literal meaning. So alam niyo na agad kung ano yung cross out niyo dyan. Zoom participants, ayaw niyong magsagot. I will call on a name. Tinawag ko na kanina si Angela. I will ask Laurelyn. What is the right answer? Laurelyn, are you there? Or are you sleeping na? Just kidding. Laurelyn, what is the right answer? May advantage yung mga nasa Zoom kasi kinugoogle nila. Really? You've never encountered this expression pa? Raining cats and dogs. Irene, what do you think is the meaning? Teka lang, may nag... B. Okay, Angela and Jose, they answered letter B. It's raining heavily. Congratulations, your answer is correct. Raining cats and dogs pertains to it's raining heavily. Hindi ko na kailangan i-explain to, pero gusto ko. Kasi, nung minsan, yung students ko, we were looking for the origin of the idioms. So, saan ba nag-originate ang raining cats and dogs? It originated from the idea na kapag umuulan ng malakas, cats and dogs come out. But yeah, it's an idiomatic expression which means it's raining heavily. Tama ka din, Irene. Tama ka din, Laureline. Okay. Next. When I told my mom I would be home around 2 a.m., she had a cow. A. My mom bought a baby cow. B. My mom is really strange. C. My mom was really upset. Okay, so what's the answer? Sa mga nasa Zoom, may mga sagot na sila. Yung mga nandito, ano sagot niyo? Okay, very good. Your answers are correct. Medyo mahirap yung idioms, no? Pero again, just like phrasal verbs, just like phrasal verbs, kailangan nyo po talagang kabisaduhin ang mga idioms. Pero mas fun. Para sa akin, mas fun yung mga idioms kesa sa mga phrasal verbs. Okay, let's move on. Wait lang guys, ah. Okay. Next, number 4. Hindi nyo mabasa yung word. Wait lang. I never learned how to use a computer, so I lost my job. It's a dog-eat-dog world. A. Only the strong or the best survive. B. Dogs are eating dogs at the office. C. Dogs like to eat dogs for lunch. Ang bilis naman sumagot ni Jose. Paunahan to. Okay. What do you think is the answer, guys? OA naman kasi yung B tsaka C. Obvious na A yung sagot. Okay. Very good. Number 5. The cream of the crop means it is... Oh, sino yung mauuna? Isasendan ko kayo ng 2 pesos sa GCash. 11:22. Oh, bakit ayaw nyo sumagot ngayon sa number 5? Okay, the cream of the crop means it's the best. If you have a finger in the pie, you are blank in something. Involved. Use your noodle means think. Noodle, it is like talking about the brains kasi yung brains daw ay parang noodles. Common useful idioms by category. Actually, pag ginugol nyo, idioms about animals, idioms about love, idioms about money. Ang daming lumalabas na, na results. Kaya naman now, we are going to focus on idioms involving animals. Like water off a duck's back. You can say an insult or criticism like water off a duck's back if it doesn't upset you. So, ibig sabihin na to, hindi ka pikon. Okay? A night owl. You're a night owl if you like to stay up and do things late at night. Sino dito ang mga night owls? Buti nakakapasok kayo na lecture. Kape. Strong coffee. Okay? Night owls kayo. I used to be a night owl. Like, sobrang pangit ng tulog ko. Like, every 3 a.m. ako natutulog. But now, hindi na. 11 a.m. na ako natutulog ngayon. Uy, maaga pa rin yun! 11 p.m. wala. 11 p.m. Teka, sorry 11 p.m. Maaga na yun para sa akin because I used to sleep at 2 or 3 a.m. Okay, so a night owl, ang kabaliktaran naman nito is an early bird. If you're an early bird, you wake up, you sleep early, you wake up early. If you're a night owl, you sleep very late. A queer fish. If someone's a queer fish, they are a bit strange and can sometimes behave in an unusual way. May mga tao talagang ganyan. A queer, weird. Okay? The word queer actually means weird. That's such a queer incident. Queer incident? Coincidence. A whale of a time. If you have a whale of a time, ibig sabihin nun, you had a blast. Ibig sabihin, sobra kang nag-enjoy. A wolf in sheep's clothing. So, it means nagpapanggap ka. Sa una ka lang pala, magaling. Sige, nung mga nanliligaw dyan. Yung mga nanliligaw, pinapakita mo na nila yung best foot forward. Yung mga magaganda nilang kaugalian. But, later on, may masama pala siya. So, you can also describe a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yung mga mga mapagpanggap na mga, hindi ko naman nila lahat pero marami akong nababalitaan, yung mga church workers. But, totoo nga. Hindi niyo ba napapanood yung sa Soko, tsaka sa Jessica Soho? Yung tipong pastor siya, pero may mga ginagawang kaanomalya. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, disclaimer, I'm not pertaining to everyone, okay? I'm just saying that there are cases wherein ang mga church workers pa, sila pa ang mga may tinatago. So that's why you can say they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. Or yung mga politiko na nagbabayad ng 500, 2K kapag eleksyon. Sino dito mga tumanggap ng 500 tsaka 2K? Aminado ako, isa ako doon. Joke. Uy, hindi di ako pumila doon. Pero pinadala ko yung ID ko. Di ba? Sabi ng nanay ko, grabe, ikaw lang yung nakilala kong nasa bahay lang, pero nakakuha ka yan, nakakuha ka yan. Sabi ko, ikaw naman nagdadali ng ID ko kasalanan ko yon. But the thing is, hindi ko rin naman kinukuha yung pera. Binibigay ko rin naman sa kanila. Ginagamit nila yung ID ko. Sabi kasi nila, okay lang yan. Kukura-kotin din naman din sa akin. Okay, anyway. Tama na nga, na-expose na talaga yung katotohanan sa ugali ko. Can of worms. If you say a situation or an issue is a can of worms, you think that getting involved in it could lead to problems. Okay. So, if you can detect that you're entering a can of worms, please prevent yourself or stop yourself. Okay? Chickens come home to roost. 11:29 na. Skip na natin to. Mahirap eh. If chickens are coming home to roost, someone is suffering the unpleasant consequences of their bad actions in the past. Okay. So may ginawa kang mga sins in the past, and then you're facing the consequences of those, then you can say that chickens come home to roost. Drink like a fish. Ibig sabihin nito, ayaw maawat sa alak. So alcoholic, drink like a fish is a person who drinks a lot of alcohol. But it doesn't literally mean alcoholic because an alcoholic person is medically diagnosed as alcoholic. Pero kung once a month ka lang naman and you have high tolerance in alcohol, yeah, you can call yourself a person who drinks like a fish. Eyes like a hawk. Matalas ang paningin. They have good eyesight. They notice everything. Women. Eyes like a hawk. Diba? Pag yung asawa mo, may ka-office mate na maganda. Your eyes like a hawk. In-stock mo na lahat sa Facebook. Just kidding. Kill two birds with one stone. I believe this expression is very common. It means multitasking. Okay, you're doing something and you are achieving two things. Okay? Let the cat out of the bag. If you let the cat out of the bag, you let someone know.
Guys, ito pa yung bayad.
May nagbebenta pa dito sa Zoom mo. Pabili po. Okay, let the cat out of the bag. Be a person who doesn't let the cat out of the bag. If someone entrusts you a secret, make sure you just keep it a secret. Okay, it's a skill that not everyone can do. Like a fish out of water. You feel like a fish out of water if you're surrounded by people who are different to you and it's making you feel like a little uncomfortable. Naranasan nyo na ba na sinama kayo ng friend nyo or ng jowa nyo sa outing nilang barkada? Pero hindi mo pa sila kilala. So yun yung feeling na to. You're feeling like a fish out of water. Ang ibig lang sabihin, na-OP ka. Okay? Ang dami sa ano mo. Skip na natin. O, try natin sagutan to, O, ayan. Alam mo na, Irene, ngayon kung bakit ko binigay yung example na yun para matulungan din kayo dito. Supply the most appropriate idiom. The priest at our church seemed to be a very warm and caring man. But we later found out that he was... Oh, ano? If you listen to my lecture carefully, what's the right answer? Yes, that's right. He was a wolf. A wolf in sheep's... Ang haba naman kasi nung idiom na yun. Yes. Ibig kang sabihin noon, sa una lang nagpakita ng kagandahang loob, and then, nun pala, may mga hidden agenda. O, di ba? The priest at our church seemed to be a very warm and caring man. But we later found out that he was a wolf in a sheep's clothing. Isa siyang wolf na nagpakita ng pagiging tupa. This political scandal is a real black. Let's not consider it blank. This political scandal is a real can of worms. Ibig ang sabihin ng can of worms? A situation or an issue that getting involved in could lead to problems. Okay? Kaya ang sagot dito, this political scandal is a can of worms. Let's not consider it. Okay, ito naman ang mga idioms regarding buildings. The ivory tower. You can Say someone's in an ivory tower if they're in a place that separates them from everyday life, such as a university. Okay. An ivory tower. Yung mga taong nakatira sa penthouse. Or yung mga taong afford ang mga executive suites in a hotel. Hit the roof. You can say someone hits the roof if they lose their temper and show their anger. Okay. Mga may initin ng ulo. Make yourself at home. Alam niyo na itong expression na to? Consider it as your house. Relax, be comfortable. Nothing to write home about. If you say something is nothing to write home about, you mean it isn't very important or isn't very good. Hindi masyadong remarkable ang isang experience. It's nothing to write home about. Okay? You traveled to a certain destination, but then it was just a common experience. So you can say that it's nothing to write home about. Run off the mill. Something is run off the mill if it's ordinary and nothing special. Oh, ano din siya? Just as the previous expression. The handwriting is on the wall. If the writing is on the wall, there are signs that a person or organization is in trouble and might soon fail. The handwriting or writing is on the wall. Malapit na raw mag-fail or pa-bankrupt. Waiting in the wings. If you're waiting in the wings, you're ready to take over a role or a position when you have the chance to do so. So ito yung mga naghihintay ng promotion sa work. Okay, you're waiting in the wings. Umaasa ka na ibibigay sa iyo ang pagiging CEO. CEO agad. Okay. So mga K-drama. Like ginawa niya naman lahat para maging medical professor. Pero since pangit nga ang sistema, mas napaprioritize yung mga, alam yun, yung mga, like sa Philippines, may guillotine system, di ba? Yung palakasan system. So, you could easily sense that you're waiting in the wings if you know na malakas ang kapit kay Mayor. Hindi, joke lang. But yeah, waiting in the wings particularly means that you know na malapit ka nang ma-promote. And you're just waiting for the announcement. Or probably your boss gave you or promised to give you that position once it's available. Okay, let's try to answer these. Anong oras na? 11:37. The rumor is that Mr. Santos will be removed and Ms. Sanchez is blank to take over as manager. Kaka-mention ko lang. Waiting in the wings. Is waiting in the wings to take over as manager. For him, bungee jumping is just blank because he has been doing it for the past 8 years. And yun, nothing to write home about. For him, bungee jumping is just nothing to write home about because he has been doing it for the past 8 years. So, hindi siya espesyal. Okay? Clothing. At the drop of a hat. If you do something at the drop of a hat, you do it immediately without preparation or planning. So, if you're the kind of person who is very spontaneous, impulsive, you would most probably do things at the drop of a hat. Deep pockets. You can say a person or an organization has deep pockets if they have lots of money. Like me? Grabe naman si Irie. Magdilang anghel ka sana. Earn your stripes. If you earn your stripes, you do something to prove that you have the skills or ability for a particular job or rank. Okay, I really like this idiom because it shows fair equality, and I'm the kind of person who supports these kinds of systems na hindi palakasan system na talagang kailangan you deserve something before you earn it, right? So earn your stripes. If you feel like you deserve a score of 7 or a band score of 8 in your IELTS examination, might as well earn your stripes. Do something to prove that you have the skills or ability to be an IELTS passer. Next. Okay. Fill somebody's shoes. Ibig kang sabihin na to that you can replace someone. You have equal skills as that person so that you can do what they do. Hot under the collar. If you're hot under the collar, you feel angry or annoyed about something. I was hot under the collar when the new owner of the land decided to cut down an old acacia tree. No, it's not an acacia tree. Ano ba sa English yung duhat? It was a duhat tree. So, kinat down nung may-ari nung bago na, yung bakanteng lote dun sa amin. Grabe, I was hot under the collar. Kasi sobrang ganda nung puno na yun. It was really big. It was keeping us, feeling more cool in our area. But then they decided to cut it off for no reason. Keep it under your hat. If someone tells you a secret, make sure you keep it under your hat. Meaning, hindi mo para ipagkalat, okay? Know your socks off. If someone knock your socks off. If someone knocks your socks off, it amazes you and it surprises you. Okay? Off the cuff. If you speak off the cuff, you speak without planning. So most mistakes are done if we speak off the cuff. So we have to be very careful with what we're saying and how we say it because it's important. The tone. How you say it, your tone is very important. Talk through your hat. If you're talking through your hat, you're talking about something without knowing much about it. Or you claim something is true when it isn't. Okay. Talk through your hat. There are people who do this, especially yung mga nasa inuman. Sometimes they talk about things that they feel like they know, but actually they don't. Tighten your belt. If you tighten your belt, you try to spend less money. Okay. This is like the Filipino expression. Alam niyo ba yung Filipino expression na kapag maiksi yung kumot, bumaluktot? Yan, di ba? So it's similar to this expression, tighten your belt. May mga tao kasing para lang magpasikat sa social media, they would just, they will show off things that hindi talaga yun yung lifestyle nila, but they would show it off just because they want their social media friends to, to believe in that kind of image that they're trying to display. But then I feel like tightening your belt is better, especially if you know that you have to spend within the budget. Wear your heart on your sleeve. If you wear your heart on your sleeve, you show your emotions openly. You show your emotions openly, and you don't try to hide your feelings. Wear your heart on your sleeve. It is not common for people to wear their hearts on their sleeves because definitely, if you are too expressive, they say that showing your emotions can also make you vulnerable and easy to attack. So not all people wear their hearts on their sleeves. But there are people who can do it, and that's okay. Okay. When people doubt you, you just have to blank so they can see what you are capable of. What do you think is the answer? Magtawag tayo sa mga nasa Zoom. Okay. I already called Angela. Sumagot na rin si Jose tsaka si Laurelyn. Sino tong si Machang? Okay, how about you, Machang? What do you think is the answer? When people doubt you, you just have to blank so they can see what you are capable of. Balikan natin. Yeah? Meron po bang gustong sumagot sa mga nasa Zoom? Ano? Irene? Earn your stripes. Do something or to prove that you have the skills or ability for a particular job or rank. Do you guys agree with that answer? I believe that it's a possible answer. So, ano yung sagot nyo? Yun din? Yes. Sometimes a speech is blank can end up really hilarious. The answer is a speech talking through your hat. Kasi parang you're just showing that you know well about something, but the truth is you don't. So you end up funny, and people end up laughing at you. Okay. So guys, itong colors, hindi ko na siya i-discuss masyado, tsaka yung food, because it will be included in your handouts. Okay? So meron ding idioms for money, meron ding idioms for food. Actually, there are many idioms about food. So let me just answer. Ayan, ang dami, di ba? Work. Okay. So now let's talk about collocations. Para naman ma-cover natin kahit matapos na yung time. We actually have only a few minutes left. Okay, so when we say collocations, guys, ang ibig sabihin nito, they are words that are put together to make, to add meaning and to add description to a certain noun. Okay? A combination of two or more words that are frequently used together. So, kailangan together sila. And it's more on colors. So, why do we need to learn collocations? Why is it so important for you to use collocations in the speaking and writing subtext? So, it's very important for you to sound more natural. Okay? It's very important for you to sound more accurate or precise. So, in order for you to express a better description of something, it's highly recommended that you use collocations. All right. Collocations can be things that we look, go, or turn a particular color. Or you can make something or colors dye, paint, or stain something a color. Okay. So, pwede din siyang about colors. Let's first talk about colors. When we talk about pale, these are the words. Pale blue, pale brown. Pag sinabi natin pale, hindi siya matingkad. Alright? It's actually lighter than light. Pag sinabi natin pale, maputla. Right? So, mas maputla pa siya sa light. Kaya, pale blue. Ibig sabihin, lighter siya than light blue. So we can describe the color as pale. Light, like blue, like brown, like green, like gray, like pink, like purple. Dark. Ibig sabihin, it's on the darker shade of the color scheme, okay? Deep. And then dull, we describe colors that don't have much light or are not so vivid, okay? That's what we use, the word dull. Okay. She was wearing a dark green skirt. They chose deep purple for the curtains. He had light blue eyes. Napakaganda naman no. A pale yellow house. Nai-imagine nyo siya, no? Like, when it's described, a pale yellow house. So you can imagine a house with a very pale shade of yellow. Almost, para siyang, alam niyo yung Big Brother house? Definitely, that's not a pale yellow house because it's a vivid or it's a deep yellow. But the example given here is a pale yellow house. The bricks are a dull red. Alam niyo naman yung kulay ng bricks, di ba? Yung medyo kulay tanso na siya. So, dull red pa lang tawag. Okay? Nag-aagaw, tanso, at red yung kulay ng bricks. Okay. A bright red car. Sports car. Na-imagine natin dito. The water was a brilliant blue. Ang mga tubig sa white beaches, right? Like, have you been to Masbate? Have you been to Masbate? Grabe, sobrang ganda ng water doon. Napaka, ano kasi ng Boracay eh. Commercialized and overrated. Pero totoo naman, napaka-pino talaga ng buhangin. And very crystal blue ang Boracay waters. Pero pag pumunta ka ng Masbate, I mean, you don't have to pay so much to go to Masbate. It's very accessible. It's very cheap. Not cheap, but mas cheap siya compared to Boracay. But then you can get the same experience kasi napaka-pino din ng buhangin sa Masbate. At yung kulay ng dagat doon is brilliant blue. Like, sobrang clear. And I was like, okay, so sikat ka nga kasi pumunta ka ng Boracay, right? But the thing is, you can get the same experience just by paying much less kapag sa pumunta ka sa Masbate. Pero sobrang layo nga lang. From Manila, it's a 13-hour drive. But I think meron na silang airport eh. Pero ako, nag-van kami noon. Grabe, ang sakit sa likod. Pero pinakamalayong napuntahan kong land travel is Leyte, which was a 24-hour trip. Pero mas malayo din ang Bicol. Nag-land travel din kami sa Bicol. Oh my God. Pero sobrang ganda din ng water sa mga beaches sa Bicol. Like, underrated sila. Kasi nga, mas hyped ang Coron, ang El Nido, ang Boracay. But then, you get the same experience. Brilliant blue waters. The room was decorated in rich browns and oranges. Pag sinabi nating rich, medyo ang datingan ng kulay niya is elegante. Alright? Pag naman brilliant, ito yung, I think you should describe dresses and gowns as brilliant. His eyes were a vivid green. Ibig sabihin, yung pagka-green ng mata niya, vivid. Ang ibig kasi sabihin ng vivid, matingkad. Matingkad yung pagka-green. Warm brown eyes. When we say warm, hindi siya ganun katingkad, but it kind of is associated with the shades of summer. Warm brown eyes. Okay? Okay, so when it comes to clothes, you can wear clothes or jewelry, or you can have clothes, jewelry on. Example, I'm going to wear my little black dress to the party. You can be dressed in clothes, fabric, or a color. She was dressed in jeans. Pwede mong gamitin yung wear, pwede rin namang dressed in. Okay? Those are in, you can choose between the two. Kung nagamit mo na yung, I was wearing these types of clothes in a sentence, probably on your next sentence, you can use, my brother, on the other hand, my brother was dressed in a pastel blue suit. Let's say, yung tanong sa'yo sa IELTS speaking test is, share an experience wherein you attended a formal event. So, shinare mo ngayon, you wanted to share about the wedding that you just recently attended. So, you can say, I was wearing a pastel or a warm pink dress. On the other hand, my brother was wearing a pastel blue suit at the wedding. And my mom was dressed in, my parents were both dressed in light beige outfits. Ganyan, okay? So, if you use the term wear a little too much, pwede mo namang i-mention din naman tong expression na to. Just for range, okay? Now, these are co-locations na madalas nating na-encounter. Pull on, pull up, slip into, shrunk into, throw on. Okay, so pull on. These are pertaining to things or mga accessories na sinusuot natin sa certain parts ng body natin. Like the boots, okay? She pulled on a pair of faded jeans and a sweater. So, meaning, sinuot niya. Wait while I slip into something more comfortable. So, you use the term slip into when you're pertaining to wearing something comfortable, okay? It was difficult for me to pull up my jeans because they are now a size smaller. So you can use that sentence, okay? Throwing on his coat, he made for the door. Okay, so throw on a coat. Meaning, hindi mo iitsa yung coat, okay? This expression means, make sure you throw on a coat because probably the temperature will get lower in the evening or it will be more windy at the venue since it's an outdoor venue. Okay? Throw on a coat. Shrug into a coat, shrug into a jacket. Pwede rin naman yan. Slip on a dressing gown, slip on a jacket, slip on a pair of something, slip on a robe, slip on shoes. Okay, what other list of most common mistakes with collocations? Okay, kaya pa natin to. 5 minutes. Which one is right? It is impossible to make any research without the internet. Is it make or it is impossible to do any research without the internet? What do you think is the right answer? Participants via Zoom, please tell me your answers. Make or do? Make research or do research? Okay, have you decided what's the right answer? May nagsagot sa Zoom? The answer is letter B. It is impossible to do any research without the internet. Okay? Make is used when we are pertaining to making mistakes, making some effort, but when we're doing a task, we use the word do. Okay? Research, do research. Research indicates, proves, reveals, suggests. Research focuses on detailed, extensive, in-depth research. Okay, according to research into. Ito yung mga co-locations, ito yung mga co-locations na related to research, okay? Research indicates, research proves, research reveals, research suggests. Research focuses on detailed research, extensive research, in-depth research, current research, research into, research on. Okay. Experience. Let's see. I know some people who have made the same experience. I know some people who have had, or have made. Please answer. Do you make an experience or do you have an experience? So, the right answer is letter B. Okay, the right answer is letter B. I know some people who have had the same experience. We don't make an experience, we experience an experience. That's why we use have had. Ayan. It will also be included in your handouts. Work. Francesca does her work very efficiently. Francesca makes her work very efficiently. A or B? Ask yourself, do you do work or do you make work? And then you will figure out the right answer. Right, letter A is the correct answer. Good job. Do work. Begin work, look for work, seek work, find work, get work done, excellent work, paid, unpaid, voluntary work. People often do the same mistakes. People often make the same mistakes. Of course, the right answer is make the same mistakes. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, ayan ulit. I made a survey of the level of job satisfaction in our department. I did a survey of the level of job satisfaction in our department. Made a survey or did a survey? Okay, do, carry out, or conduct a survey. Very good. Effort. It's worth making an effort to live a healthier life. It's worth doing an effort. Making an effort or doing an effort? Of course, it's making. Okay? They have married young, had 2 children, and led an ordinary life. They married young, got 2 children, and led an ordinary life. What do you think is the answer? A or B? May sumagot ng B, may sumagot ng A. Yung mga nasa Zoom, ano yung sagot nyo? Had or got? Gusto ko nang umuwi. Nahihilo kasi ako eh. Okay. So, had. Aba, hindi mo naman pwedeng bigla na lang kunin yung mga bata sa bahay ng may bahay, right? You don't get the children, you make them. You make them. You have them, okay? Okay, so, pag kasi sinabing got, para ka lang kumuha ng isang gamit, I got this. Di ba? I got this from the supermarket. So, ang mga bata, hindi lang natin sila pinipick up or whatsoever. Okay, business. I spent 2 days in the office making business by phone. Doing business or making business? Monkey business. Doing business by phone. Making business by phone. So, doing is the right answer. Changes. They suggested making some changes to the schedule. Making some changes, okay? Danger. He drove so fast that I really felt my life was on danger. In or on danger? In danger. Because you are in a situation, okay? Ayan na, tapos na. Excited. I found it difficult to make friends. Make friends or find friends? Kailangan mong effortan, syempre make. I found it difficult to make friends and felt very lonely. I found it very difficult to find friends and felt very lonely. Nito. So what do you think is the right answer? Para sa akin, make friends. Because right, like you can't instantly have a friend because you need to do some effort, right? Pero end of the slideshow na. But the answer is make, okay? Okay, so for those Zoom participants, I am saying goodbye to all of you. Thank you for participating. By the way, sa mga hindi pa nakakarinig ng announcement ko kanina, I will not be listing the ano tawag doon? Yung mga one-on-one sessions. So, pag-a-announcement na lang sa Friday evening kung sino yung kukuha ng slots. So, pakiabangan na lang po yung post and then just write your name if you wanna have your one-on-one session, coaching session on Saturday. Bukas po, reminders lang, 1 p.m. yung class with Sir Kevin. At saka yung mock test, bukas din, 9 a.m. Pwede lang po kayo magpunta dito. Wala pong mock test ng Saturday because sa Saturday, may mga mag-exam po dito. Okay? Alright, goodbye! Class is dismissed!